Hello everyone, TRC Tom here, Independent Sales Consultant for Texas Refinery Corp of Canada, a Canadian corporation based out of Barrie, Ontario. Today we're going to be doing a oil analysis using the vacuum pump. These are available at WearCheck. I will put the link to the bottom of the page. So the first thing you have to do is make sure that your oil is warmed up. So this is a motor coach with a 400 big cam Cummins engine in it, and I let it run for about 15 minutes today, so the oil should be warmed up in pretty good shape now, mixed up and what have you. So first thing you need to do is take the dipstick out. Clean the oil off of it. Next thing you need to have is a 1/4-inch air hose. This is available at Princess Auto. It's pretty cheap. You can get, I forget what I paid for this. It was less than $10 when you get over 100 feet, so it's really not that expensive. So what I do is measure the length of the dipstick. And here's the trick. Put a piece of black tape on the hose at the end of your dipstick so you know how far push this down into the dipstick hole. This way here you get a true sample of your oil, so you don't get a false reading with your oil analysis. A lot of people do it through the drain method. The tough part about that is you end up getting a lot of contamination and it gives you some false readings. So I'm going to cut off a fair amount of excess here so that I put my vacuum pump on the end of it. Cut it off over here. Another little trick that I've learned is the end that you're inserting in the dipstick tube, cut it off at an angle. That way it's easier to feed in there, as you can see. So we'll feed that in through the dipstick tube here. Okay, here's our oil analysis kit. There's a little bottle in there, sealed so there's no contamination, so you take that off. Screw this on the bottom of your vacuum pump. Then the top here, you just loosen that. And put this end, your tube, down into the bottle. And then tighten this up. Okay, so we're all set. Now we're going to take and make a couple of pumps here. And instantly you can see the oil starting to come up. You don't need a whole bottle for an oil analysis. Half a bottle is more than adequate. So here we are, we've got our bottle half full. Loosen this. Now, very important, when people make this mistake and they end up contaminating their pump. You turn around and cut the tube off above the bottle. Take that apart like that and pull the tube down through. That way you don't contaminate your pump. Otherwise you're going to get contamination around the top of your pump. Now we'll take the tube out of the dipstick holder. And discard it. There we have our oil sample, non-contaminated and ready to send off to wear check. I'll show you in a minute how to fill out the form correctly. Here we have the form to fill out the information for our oil analysis. It's very important to keep this as detailed as possible. By the way, if you are using TRC fluids, Texas Refinery pays for this service. The top part is your name as the customer, your salesman's name if applicable, your full address, contact person, and your contact information. Next we have the vehicle information. It's important that you put in as much information as possible. The vehicle make, the component make, what type of oil analysis it is, whether it's an engine or something else, whether it's a diesel or gasoline, the product that you're using, the oil that you're using, and any other information. Fill this in as much as possible. Finally, the sample date, the time in units, hours, or miles, or kilometers, time on the unit, time on the oil, and time on the filter. Also, whether you changed the oil or you didn't.
This is TRC Tom. Be sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more information on these great products.